Hey, Trev here. Let's talk about these folding phones that are coming out all of a sudden. I really liked my flip phone back in the day, and then when these smartphones came out, I waited. I waited several years before getting a smartphone. I didn't understand the point in having a computer on your phone. And to this day, I don't even think having a computer on your phone is necessarily the best thing. I don't think it's the best thing for society. If we all went back to flip phones, that probably would be a good thing because of all this social media addiction stuff. But anyway, the folding phones are making a comeback, technically, because we had these folds before in the flip phone, and we thought that was like bulky. Like it was so thick to put that in your pocket. Well, now you're going to have two smartphones smashed together, and you put that in your pocket now. So it's exactly the same thickness as what we had with these flip phones back in the day. But now it's taller, it's just this big, long, thick thing. It's like totally unnecessary. But hey, people who had tablets and were carrying those around, now they don't need to carry tablets around anymore because they can carry their folding phone with them, and it's a computer in their pocket. But of course, the smartphones were already computers in our pockets. And if you really wanted to get fancy, you could project your phone to a bigger screen and make it a full-fledged computer, sort of. So now, with the flip phone, or folding phone, I don't even know what to call it, it'll be interesting to see how we consume our devices on the go. It basically will be consuming all the time because now you have a much more immersive experience. Pull out your phone and now you've got a bigger screen. It's like an iPad mini everywhere you go. You just open up that phone and you got a nice big screen. You can watch a movie on there and it's nice and big. It's great. It's great, right? But do we need it? We probably don't. We don't need it just like we don't need smartphones. Nice flip phone so we can text and call. That's all we really need. If you really need to get some work done, go with something with a full-fledged keyboard so you can get real productivity taken care of. But what's the fun in that? Like, we want a nice, cool device. We want to pay a lot of money. $2,000 seems about reasonable for a device that doesn't do any more than a laptop and yet costs twice as much. Sure, yeah, it makes sense. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know if the folding phone is necessary because I think we're going to have rollable phones eventually, and that's going to be what we're going to migrate towards because then we don't even have to put it in our pocket. We just have it on our wrist, so it's on us all the time. And that's where these rollable phones are going to be the next progression that we're really looking for. I think the folding phones have some issues. There's some that are falling apart or they're breaking, and that's normal for a first iteration. I think you're going to have a bunch of issues, and it's all going to get improved. And then you're going to have your awesome little phone. It's going to be amazing eventually. And Samsung is going to get it right, and Huawei, and they're all going to figure it out. And probably Apple's going to come out with a design that's nicely engineered, and it's all going to work out, and it's all going to be amazing. But is it all necessary? Probably not. I think there's a huge place for these smaller phones that can just, like with a 4-inch screen or no more than a 5-inch screen. And I think that's as far as we really need to go with the smartphones before we go rollable. because that's what I want is the eye roll. I want the eye roll, so I can put that around my arm. That's what I really want. It's a nice eye roll. Not an eye fold. I don't want an eye fold. I want an eye roll. So, yeah. Folding phones. What's interesting is Samsung came out with this foldable phone. Apple was not the first to the table. Interesting. I feel like they could have been the first ones to put this out there. But they could be the first to come out with a really nice rollable phone. Yes. Yeah. It's interesting how all these designs are kind of progressing and how we're seeing the next smartphone evolve. So we'll see what happens. I just don't know if the design departments are really completely with it. Because I don't want a super thick thing. I don't want 2 smartphones in my pocket. I want nothing in my pocket. I want to be able to just wear it. But I don't want to have a watch, which I can't really do work on. I want a rollable phone that I can do real work on. Roll it around my wrist. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, that's it. That's all I got for the foldable phones. Till next time, toodles.